first-time buyers, small business owners, and anyone who wants a real truck without a massive loan. Chevy is going after the exact crowd that Ford, Ram, and Toyota have abandoned, the people who just need something that works. And get this, the move isn't just about price. Chevy's strategy goes deeper. They've reportedly simplified the production process, cutting unnecessary costs and focusing on mass-scale affordability. Some analysts are saying this could mark the start of a pricing war in the truck industry, something we haven't seen in decades. Because if Chevy can pull this off and still make a profit, Ford and Ram are in serious trouble. Their entire profit structure relies on big, expensive pickups. If buyers suddenly realize they can get a brand new truck for half the price, it's game over. And Chevy knows exactly what it's doing. The company has been quietly watching the backlash against overpriced EVs and oversized luxury trucks. They've seen consumers walk away from $70,000 rigs with touchscreen dashboards that freeze in winter and repairs that cost more than rent. Chevy's counterattack is simple: cut the fat, bring back value, and dominate the entry-level market. It's a move so bold that even Tesla, with its upcoming Cybertruck variants, might not be ready for the shockwave this sends through the industry. But here's the most shocking part. Chevy isn't just undercutting competitors. They're rewriting the playbook for what a truck should be in 2025 and beyond. Early reports suggest they're integrating a tough steel frame, easy-to-repair body panels, and optional off-road packages, all while staying under that jaw-dropping price point. That means real capability for real people, without needing to sacrifice your paycheck or refinance your house to own one. This isn't a marketing stunt. It's a full-blown market disruption. And this timing couldn't be more perfect. With the economy tightening, interest rates climbing, and consumers desperately looking for affordable options, Chevy's release hits the sweet spot. Dealers are reportedly preparing for massive pre-orders, especially as word spreads that this truck could outperform rivals in cost of ownership by thousands over a 5-year period. Chevy might have just found the formula that every automaker forgot: build what people actually need. And while everyone's talking about luxury, screens, and smart tech, Chevy went the opposite way. They focused on durability, practicality, and price. The base model, according to leaks, comes with manual controls, physical buttons, and a no-nonsense interior built for people who actually use their trucks for work. No touchscreens that glitch out, no subscription-based heated seats, no nonsense. Just solid materials, clever storage, and everything you need, nothing you don't. It's the kind of design philosophy that used to define American trucks before they became luxury toys for suburban dads. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Chevy isn't just chasing affordability, they're chasing loyalty. They'll stick around. The brand knows that once a buyer owns a Chevy truck that doesn't break the bank, they'll trade up to the Colorado or Silverado when the time's right. That's long-term strategy, something Ford and Ram seem to have forgotten while chasing massive profits on high-end trims. Chevy's playing the long game, and if they pull this off, they could rebuild the foundation of the American truck empire from the ground up. Industry insiders are already calling it a shockwave release, because this single truck could force the entire industry to reset. Imagine Ram having to lower prices on the Dakota, Ford scrambling to make the Maverick even cheaper, and Toyota being pressured to cut Tacoma prices. This isn't just competition, this is war. And Chevy just fired the first shot. And let's talk about design, because this thing reportedly looks tough. Not oversized or cartoonish like modern pickups, but lean, squared off, and purpose-built. Think modern S10 with a bit of Silverado DNA, sharp front fascia, aggressive stance, and a bed that's built to handle real work, not grocery bags. It's not trying to be flashy, it's trying to be authentic. And that's exactly what today's buyers are craving. Fuel economy is another major talking point. With gas prices bouncing all over the place, Chevy's aiming for an engine that can deliver 30+ mpg, something almost unheard of in a pickup. Whether it's a 1.5L turbo or a 2.0L hybrid setup, the idea is to give buyers truck performance without truck fuel bills. That could be a game changer for tradesmen, small business owners. The truck market just got flipped upside down, and it's all because of Chevrolet. Out of nowhere, Chevy has dropped what might be the biggest bombshell in pickup history. We're talking about a truck that's not only cheaper than anything Ford, Ram, or Toyota are selling, but one that could completely destroy the pricing structure of the entire segment. This isn't just another budget pickup. This is Chevrolet taking direct aim at the heart of the American truck industry. And they're coming in swinging with a price tag nobody saw coming. For years, truck prices have gone insane. The average full-size pickup costs more than $60,000, and even so-called entry-level models have crept past $40,000. Consumers are done. The market is breaking. People can't afford trucks anymore, and Chevy knows it. So what did they do? They went back to basics. They've built a truck that's simple, efficient, and shockingly affordable. A truck that could finally bring the working-class buyer back to the dealership. And here's the twist. It's not electric, not hybrid, and not loaded with pointless luxury gimmicks. It's pure utility, the kind of truck people have been begging automakers to build again. Chevy's move comes at a time when rivals are collapsing under their own weight. Ford's F-150 prices keep climbing. Ram is struggling to move inventory. Toyota's new Tacoma is getting heat for its steep pricing. But Chevy just threw a grenade into the mix, unveiling a pickup that's expected to start under $25,000, making it the cheapest new truck in America. And we're not talking about a stripped-down, plastic-feeling junker. Early looks suggest it's well-built, rugged, and carries a surprising amount of modern tech. This could be the rebirth of the affordable American truck, the kind that built Chevy's reputation decades ago. But here's where it gets wild. Insiders are saying this truck could be the new compact segment killer, possibly reviving the spirit of the old Chevy S10 or even the Colorado's early models. Rumors point to a smaller frame, a turbocharged four-cylinder engine, and an optional hybrid assist, not for luxury, but for fuel savings and durability. And the target audience? Or just everyday drivers who need utility without the pain at the pump. What's really catching attention, though, is Chevy's rumored production strategy. Unlike Ford, which builds its cheapest trucks in limited numbers to drive up demand, Chevy plans to mass-produce this model at scale. That means real availability, not just theoretical MSRP numbers nobody can actually find on lots. This is a direct slap at Ford's Maverick, a truck that's been nearly impossible to buy at sticker price. Chevy wants people driving away with keys in hand, not sitting on wait lists for months. And it's not just a US play either. Reports suggest Chevy could export this model globally, especially to markets like South America, the Middle East, and even Asia, where compact, affordable pickups dominate. That means massive volume potential and global reach. If they manage to hit that under $25K price point in the US, the international versions could come in even lower, putting pressure on global brands like Toyota Hilux and Nissan Navara. But what's really stunning is how Chevy's doing this in the middle of chaos. While Stellantis is slashing brands, Ford is struggling with EV losses, and Ram is drowning in unsold inventory, Chevy's making a bold, confident move that says, "We know what the people want." And that's not luxury, it's value. Real, old-school value wrapped in modern engineering. It's almost like Chevy listened to every frustrated truck buyer and said, "Okay, we hear you. Here's your truck." And people are responding. Social media is blowing up with anticipation. Forums are packed with threads about this mystery Chevy truck. Some call it the people's pickup. Others are already labeling it the market reset. Because if Chevy delivers what they're promising, real truck power, real quality, and a real low price, this could become the most disruptive vehicle launch of the decade. Dealers are already feeling the buzz. Some insiders say Chevy showrooms are preparing dedicated display zones for the new model, front and center, right where buyers walk in. That's how confident Chevrolet is. They know once people see the price tag and sit behind the wheel, it'll sell itself. No gimmicks, no complicated financing deals, just an honest, affordable truck at a time when people are desperate for one. And here's the twist. Chevy's not even pushing massive advertising yet. They're letting the hype build naturally, through leaks, word of mouth, and online chatter. It's a strategy straight out of Tesla's playbook, but with a working-class twist. And let's be real. This move isn't just about capturing attention, it's about survival. The pickup market is Chevy's backbone, and with EVs struggling, they needed a comeback play. Instead of going all in on risky electric trucks that few can afford, Chevy is rebuilding its empire from the bottom up. That's a move Wall Street won't understand, but Main Street will. Because when a brand gives people a truck they can actually buy, that's not just smart business, that's loyalty in motion. The new model is rumored to feature a simplified modular platform, which means it could serve as the foundation for future electric or hybrid variants. Chevy's thinking ahead. Start cheap, win back the market, then gradually electrify without shocking buyers with $60,000 price tags. This step-by-step strategy could be the key to keeping Chevy's truck lineup relevant while competitors burn cash chasing futuristic dreams that no one's ready to buy. And the response from Ford and Ram? Panic. Internal leaks from supplier chains already hint that rival brands are reassessing their pricing structures. Some executives are reportedly furious, saying Chevy's undercutting could destabilize the entire truck market. But Chevy doesn't care, because that's exactly the point. They want to shake the table, and right now every major automaker is watching. If this truck delivers on its promise, the days of overpriced pickups might finally be over. Even used truck dealers are nervous. Think about it. If buyers can suddenly get a brand new Chevy truck for under $25K, who's going to spend $20K on a 5-year-old model with 100,000 miles? The used market could collapse overnight. That ripple effect would push other automakers to slash prices just to stay competitive. We could be witnessing the biggest price correction in truck history, and Chevy's pulling the strings. And let's not forget, this kind of move fits perfectly with Chevy's legacy. They built their reputation on no-nonsense, hard-working trucks that regular Americans could afford. From the CK series of the 70s to the Silverado's early years, Chevy trucks were built to work, not to impress. This new model feels like a return to those roots, a signal that Chevy wants to reconnect with its original DNA. They're not trying to be flashy anymore. They're trying to be faithful to what made them great. Now here's where things really get spicy. There are whispers that Chevy might introduce a base work truck trim aimed directly at commercial buyers, with fleet pricing so aggressive it could dominate small business markets. Imagine contractors, landscapers, delivery crews, all switching to Chevy because it's the only truck that fits the budget. That would devastate Ford's fleet business, which has long been one of its strongest profit pillars. Chevy's aiming straight for that heart, and they might just land the punch. And the ripple effect doesn't stop at automakers. Suppliers, dealers, and even finance companies are bracing for change. Lower truck prices mean lower loan amounts, shorter financing terms, and potentially massive shifts in how dealerships make money. Some analysts are even calling this Chevy's Model T moment, comparing it to when Ford made cars affordable for every American a century ago. Because if Chevy really democratizes trucks again, history might just repeat itself. And that's exactly what's making Detroit nervous. Because Chevy's not just launching a truck, they're launching a movement that challenges the entire direction the auto industry's been heading for years. While everyone else chased luxury margins and high-tech toys, Chevy went back to purpose, simplicity, and affordability. It's the kind of move that reconnects a brand with real people, the folks who actually build, drive, and live with these machines every single day. It's not about bragging rights anymore. It's about ownership that makes sense again. Behind the scenes, insiders say GM engineers have been working quietly on this project for years under extreme secrecy. They reportedly built multiple prototypes, some based on existing global truck platforms, and tested them in rugged environments from Arizona to Brazil. The goal wasn't perfection, it was balance. A truck that's tough enough to last, light enough to save fuel, and cheap enough to make waves. It's a rare mix, and if Chevy has nailed it, it could set a new benchmark that even foreign automakers struggle to match. Chevy might just bring that passion roaring back. And let's not overlook the symbolic power of this moment. After years of headlines about layoffs, plant shutdowns, and electric overpromises, Chevy's coming out with something tangible. A truck that feels real again. Something people can touch, use, and actually afford. It's almost a rebellion against the industry's obsession with over-engineering and overpricing. Chevy's saying, we're done chasing trends, we're chasing trust. And that message is hitting hard. Truck fans across the country are already calling this Chevy's redemption truck. After years of losing ground to Ford and Ram, this could be the comeback that reclaims the crown. Because when a brand puts the people first, not shareholders, not luxury buyers, not tech gimmicks, that's when loyalty reignites. Chevy's tapping into something raw and powerful here. Nostalgia mixed with necessity. People don't just want this truck, they need it. And the buzz isn't just from die-hard Chevy fans either. Even Ford loyalists are saying they'd switch if Chevy really delivers at that sub 25K mark. Think about that. Decades of brand loyalty, shattered overnight by one bold move. That's how much frustration there is in the market right now. Everyone's tired of trucks that cost more than sports cars. Chevy might be the only brand with the guts to call out the insanity and actually do something about it. But here's the real kicker. This truck could also shake up Chevy's image globally. For years, GM has been seen as bloated and outdated, especially outside North America. But an affordable, rugged, export-ready truck? That's gold in markets like South America, Southeast Asia, and Africa. Places where reliability and affordability matter way more than chrome and tech. Chevy could quietly transform into the global leader of budget trucks, while its competitors are too busy chasing EV vanity projects. Behind closed doors, analysts are saying GM's leadership made a calculated bet: short-term profit losses for long-term dominance. They're slashing margins to win market share, knowing that if they own the entry-level truck segment, they control the gateway to brand loyalty for decades. Even the interior design reflects this philosophy. Early spy shots hint at durable cloth seats, a straightforward dash layout, and big glove-friendly knobs for controls. A total rejection of the tablet-style trend dominating today's trucks. It's like Chevy sat down with real tradesmen and asked, "What do you actually need?" The answer clearly wasn't a 15-inch touchscreen or wireless ambient lighting. It was functionality, reliability, and space. And that's exactly what they built into this truck. Now, here's where the competition really starts to sweat. Ford's Maverick, while successful, has been plagued by limited availability and inflated dealer markups. Ram doesn't even have a serious player in this affordable segment yet, and Toyota's compact trucks are either too expensive or unavailable in North America. That means Chevy has a wide-open lane, and they're flooring it. By striking first, Chevy could dominate the sub-30K pickup class before anyone else can react. And this might just be the smartest play GM has made in years. Because while everyone's pouring billions into EVs that buyers can't afford, Chevy's grabbing the one thing no one else is fighting for: the budget-conscious truck owner. That's the largest, most loyal segment of the market, and they've been ignored for far too long. Chevy's move could completely redefine what entry-level means. Not cheap and weak, but affordable and capable. But here's the real power move. If Chevy's pricing strategy works, it could trigger a domino effect across GM's entire lineup. Imagine a future where we see affordable, stripped-down versions of the Blazer, Equinox, and Trailblazer, all aimed at winning back cost-conscious buyers. It's a radical departure from the luxury-first strategy that's been suffocating the market. And given the economic pressure families are facing right now, it's the kind of reset that feels almost inevitable. And you can bet the ripple effects will stretch beyond automakers. The aftermarket industry is already licking its lips. An affordable Chevy truck means a flood of customization opportunities, lift kits, off-road mods, performance upgrades, the works. It's going to reignite that DIY truck culture that's been dying off with each new generation of tech-heavy vehicles. When trucks became computers on wheels, enthusiasts lost interest. But now, once you hook a buyer on a dependable first truck, chances are they'll stay with the brand for life. That's the same formula Ford used to dominate for years, and now Chevy's using it against them. But what's even more interesting is the psychological play here. Chevy isn't selling a truck, they're selling a feeling.